Good morning. Welcome to SportsCenter on YouTube on this Independence Day. Tyler Fulghum and Christina Alexander. And you know, going to an MLB game is like having 4th of July all in one place. You have your hot dogs, fries, ice cream, and the players, they bring the fireworks.
And Christina, no player providing more fireworks this summer than Aaron Judge, the Yankee slugger leading Major League Baseball with 32 home runs, though his Yankees as a whole have fizzled out as of late. Just 4 wins in their last 15 entering Wednesday night. Would the Blues continue for the Bronx Bombers? Aaron Judge, again, he's been great. Carlos Rodon, the starter, on the other hand, struggling as of late. An ERA north of 13 in his last 3 assignments, and it got off to a poor start. Noel V. Marte, a 2-run shot in the 2nd inning to open the scoring. In the 5th, Stuart Fairchild, a solo shot, and the Yankees are in a 3-0 hole. That's 3 straight games where Rodon has allowed multiple homers, tied for the longest streak by any pitcher this season. 7th inning, still 3-0. Can the Yankee offense finally get something going? It's turned to Anthony Volpe for a shot of offense as he plugs the gap in left center. That's going to get all the way to the wall. So Jahmai Jones and Austin Wells both come around to score. Volpe and the Yanks now trailing 3-2. Later in the inning, the crowd sensing something with Aaron Judge up 2-0, but he grounds into the inning-ending double play. Hey, Aaron. 4th of July for crying out loud.
Order for the swear jar.
There's fireworks coming out of his mouth there. 8th inning, Yankees with runners on 1st and 2nd. 2 outs, Trent Grisham. Nice stash. But Justin Wilson blowing that stash right off his face. 3 straight fastballs. Strikes out Grisham, and the Yanks leave 2 on. In the 9th, same score. Runner on 1st, nobody outs. A rally starting? No. A rally killing double play that Volpe grounds into, but there's still a chance for Juan Soto with Aaron Judge lurking on deck. Soto pops up, can of corn into shallow left field. Yankees strand 9 runners on base, and the Reds win this game 3-2. Those Yankee struggles, I wasn't kidding. The summer has been slumping lately. They're 4-12 since January 15th. Worst record in the bigs over that span. They're surrendering the most runs per game over this 16-game stretch, as opposing hitters are hitting .285 against Yankee pitchers. Wednesday marking consecutive 1-run losses for the first time all season for the Bronx Bombers.
All right, that's the worst for the Yankees. Let's take it to the best, because despite the Yankees' recent poor stretch, they'll have 2 All-Star starters. Aaron Judge and Juan Soto will represent the Bronx Bombers as the 2 outfield starters. As for their AL East division rivals, the Orioles will have 2 starters with Adley Rutschman and Gunnar Henderson. They almost had a 3rd starter, but Astros' Jordan Alvarez edged out Ryan O'Hearn 52% to 48% for the designated hitter spot. And here's a full list of starters in the American League. In addition to the Yankees and Orioles, the Guardians and Astros will also have 2 starters each. Jose Altuve gets his 9th bid, tied for 3rd most among active players. And Steven Kwan joins Gunnar Henderson as the only other first-time All-Star in the AL starting lineup.
In the National League, it was the Phillies who were the big winners in the All-Star fan voting announced Wednesday night. Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Alec Boehm, all getting the start in the infield. 3 All-Star starters, the most for Phillies since 2009. The only infield position not going to a Philadelphia Philly, that'd be second base, where Ketel Marte of the D-backs will be getting the start. Taking a look at the rest of the National League starters, the Brewers have a couple, and William Contreras, the catcher, and Christian Yelich, who is playing right field. So do the Padres, who have Fernando Tatis Jr. and Jurickson Profar. For the first time in his 11-year career, he's not only an All-Star, but he is a starter. And check this out. At the moment, the starting lineups for both leagues are completely different from last year. It'd be the first time the NL and AL starting lineups are entirely different from one All-Star game to the next. Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani were both selected last year, but Judge did not play due to injury, and Ohtani was on the other side as a member of the Angels in the American League.
Speaking of All-Star starters, here's Buster Olney for more on the All-Star game. All right, Buster, what was the most difficult decision that fans had to make voting for the All-Star starters that were announced yesterday?
Christina, I think it was the question of who was going to be the starter for the American League at shortstop, because you have 2 great candidates. Look, Bobby Witt Jr. is having an unbelievable season. He's hitting .314, 13 homers, 22 steals. He's on a pace to score 125 runs. And yet, I think the fans got it right with Gunnar Henderson starting, because Gunnar Henderson's having an incredible year. Only Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge have hit more home runs. Aaron Judge is the only player with more wins above replacement than Gunnar Henderson. Is this incredible combination of power and speed and defense. You know, you could have gone right either way. Both of these guys, I think, are going to be in the top 5 in the American League MVP conversation the second half. Two great players, a tough choice for fans.
Yeah, so there was no wrong decision to make there necessarily. The Midsummer Classic is Tuesday, July 16th, and today is July 4th. Buster, as you know, the traditional halfway point here of the season. Which team is the most surprising in the majors to you so far?
I think it's Bobby Witt's Kansas City Royals. This is a team that in 2023 lost 106 games, and yet as of this morning, the Kansas City Royals would be in the playoffs if the postseason started today. They've had a tremendous rotation with Seth Lugo, with Michael Wacha, with Brady Singer, Cole Reagans. You got Witt Jr. leading the offense, Salvador Perez. Look, going forward, the other thing that's interesting about the Royals is they have really solvable problems with what they need before the trade deadline. Go out and add some outfield help, and this could be a playoff team.
Yeah, they're already looking good. They are 48-40, just 8 wins shy of their 56-win total from last season. But let's flip it over to the not-so-great news. Which team is disappointing you so far, Buster?
The Chicago Cubs, Christina, who started this season 18-10, and yet since April 27th, a total disaster. At the moment, they're 9 games under 500. The only National League teams that have won fewer games than the Chicago Cubs, the Miami Marlins, and the Colorado Rockies. And as we move forward, you know, a lot of people are wondering, will the Cubs be buyers? Will they be sellers? Well, even if they decided to sell, they wouldn't necessarily have a lot to deal because they have so many veteran players who are struggling. Dansby Swanson has had a rough year at the plate. Seiya Suzuki, who was so great down the stretch last year, he has struggled. Cody Bellinger has struggled. They desperately need better offense as they move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. The Cubs, as you know, Buster, dead last in NL Central, a place they haven't finished since 2014. Buster, thank you so much for your time.
But nothing more American than the Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. Getting underway shortly, the women start at 10:45 while the men follow at noon Eastern. 16-time champ Joey Chestnut will not compete due to endorsing another hot dog brand. He is the winningest eater in contest history, 7 more titles than any other competitor, male or female. Jeffrey Esper is the men's favorite, currently even money at ESPN Bet. 49-year-old runner-up from last year is ranked 2nd in Major League Eating's rankings. His record for hot dogs eaten in 10 minutes is 51. Mickey Sudo is the overwhelming women's favorite, currently minus 750 at ESPN Bet. 38-year-old has won 9 of the last 10 women's contests. The only year she didn't win was when she didn't compete due to her pregnancy. Sudo's husband, grocery bills in this family, Nick Weary, is 4th in the Major League Eating rankings with a notable record of eating 50 hard-boiled eggs in just over 3 minutes. All of these competitors have impressive world records. Christina, number 5, James Webb, will be competing today, once consuming 13.5 pounds of fudge in 8 minutes.
All right, but this kid at the Cubs game clearly choosing quality over quantity and eating the hot dog like a little corn on the cob.
Maybe he's inventing a new method for competitive eaters. Now, it's cute when this kid eats like this. When I eat like that, my fiance calls me an animal. What's the deal with that double standard?
What's going on with that?
Come on, it's America. I can eat like an animal.
And just enjoy your food and not have to eat 37 hot dogs in like 2 minutes. Happy 4th.